Hey everybody, it's Mark, Dr. Deadwax. It's time for the Inbox Challenge 2, Day 11. Today's numbers were picked by Faithlix. They don't make videos, so I don't know their name, but they're a subscriber, so thanks for playing along. They picked 3 numbers. I added 2 more of my own. Did 5. Freshly shorn. I know some people were having a hard time telling me and Andreas apart, so cleaned it up a little. Anyway, let's get to it. Faithlix's records are first. First is The Clown Died in Marvin Gardens by the Beacon Street Union. This is a Boston-based band, and this is their 2nd album. This is an original pressing on the MGM label. Nothing really in the dead wax. Comes with the original inner sleeve, which is kind of cool. It's pretty psychedelic. The Sounds of Now on MGM. Every Mother's Son, Johnny Tillotson, Connie Francis, Sandy Posey, Eric Bird and the Animals, Hank Williams Jr., Sam the Sham, Errol Garner, Herman's Hermits, Lainey Kazan, Ian and Sylvia, Roy Orbison. Got an eclectic lineup, didn't they? What can I say about this? This is psychedelic rock. Definitely psychedelic. Also a little garagey and a little slightly bluesy. Times kind of straight ahead. Clean, really clean copy and original shrink. It's got a hole punch in the bottom here. That's the only real detriment. It's a good record. It reminds me of the Doors a little at times. Maybe they were emulating them a touch. It's a little disjointed in the way it flows. There's a cover of on here of Blue Suede Shoes, which is completely unnecessary and actually totally destroys the mood of that side of the record. And there's a 16.5-minute version of Baby Please Don't Go, which is actually kind of cool. So, I liked it. I mean, I don't know if this is a go-to psych record for me, but I bought that off of a forum a while ago for like $4. I thought that was a pretty good buy. The next is Wild Tchoupitoulas, the Wild Tchoupitoulas, and they are these guys. I think they're called Mardi Gras Indians. They do like a kind of jazzy call and response thing, and they decided to put out a record produced by Alan Toussaint, I think is a pretty famous producer, and he got the Neville brothers involved. The musicians on this are, so the Mardi Gras Indians do the singing, and then the musicians on here are Arthur Neville, Leo Neosantilli, George Porter, Joseph Modellesti, Cyril Neville, Teddy Royal, Aaron Neville, and Charles Neville, and the Meters. So this is pretty cool. I mean, this is kind of Zydeco, kind of Mardi Gras, definitely New Orleans. It's on Antilles, which is always an interesting label. Nothing decipherably interesting in the dead wax. This is kind of cool. This is another thing I picked up off of another forum for $5. So, kind of interesting record. It has what's something I never see on the back here. It says that it's It won't focus, of course. But it says printed in Canada, but it's a US release. So that's kind of unusual. I could kind of recommend this if you like that Zydeco, New Orleans kind of feel. It's kind of fun. Next is Peter Baumann, Remote Romance, 1976, and kind of working the androgyny, dual sex character with the photo on the cover. This is his first record after leaving Tangerine Dream. This is a promotion. It's a gold stamp promo, but there's nothing promotional on the label. And this has the artisan symbol in the dead wax, so that means it was made by Artisan. And that's like an oval with a circle inside of it with two drumsticks across it. So that's the Artisan logo that you should look out for. And it's on both sides, so typically that's indicative of an early pressing. This is pretty good. It's very Tangerine Dream. I mean, he was a founding member of Tangerine Dream, and it's definitely obvious in the music here. It's okay. I don't know. Get yourself a Tangerine Dream record. So those are the three records Faithlix's numbers pulled. And they picked 2, 4, 16, and 64. So they picked the square, cube, and quadruple root. Or some sort of math thing. Next is a Jimmy Smith record. The Incredible Jimmy Smith at Club Baby Grand, Wilmington, Delaware. This is Jimmy Smith on the organ, Thornell Schwartz on guitar, and Donald Bailey on drums. And this is another one of the CBC records. And this is a Blue Note Liberty pressing, so it's not an original of this. And this has, unlike most, it has audio matrix in the dead wax. So it's kind of obvious that the I'm not sure if these are Van Gelders originally, but it's kind of obvious by this stage they were using a new plate for this. And something that doesn't happen to records for me very often, this had a stick on it, so that's where it doesn't progress forward, it just keeps looping. So I'm going to have to get in there and fix it. And it has the Blue Note Liberty inner sleeve. And to fix a stick, you just use like a toothpick, or you can use a sewing, like a thicker sewing needle. You just find a spot where it sticks, and then you try and work the groove so that you bend that wall back where it's stopping it from going forward. You can also do it on a turntable with if you have a DJ cartridge. Because a normal cartridge you can't go backwards with, you'll ruin the stylus. But a DJ cartridge has the ability to go both ways. And DJs, I have a friend who's a DJ, he can get a stick out by going backwards and forwards over the stick with a DJ cartridge putting a lot of pressure down on it. It's a bit of an acquired technique. I've never done it, but I've had him do it for me on a few things. You get a click or a pop usually when you take a stick out, but the record will progress, so that's good. And this is a Jimmy Smith record. I have 30 of these. I love Jimmy Smith. Very few of them are by any means essential. They're just fun. And this is fun, but again, this is not an essential Jimmy Smith record. You want an essential Jimmy Smith record, you want the sermon. And last is this. This is Miroslav Vitous, Mountain in the Clouds. And this is on Atlantic. Playing on here is John McLaughlin, Joe Henderson, Herbie Hancock, Jack DeJohnette, and Joe Chambers. And you know, What a smoking, monstrously amazing lineup that is, isn't it? And this is has a Atlantic inner sleeve, just plain gray Atlantic. This is on Atlantic, standard Atlantic. It has AT/GP in the dead wax, and that stands for George Piros, who's one of the great mastering engineers. So you know, usually if George is involved, you've got a pretty good sounding piece of wax. AT/GP both sides. Pretty sure this is first pressing. I know this record is, I believe it's had 2 different covers, but this is wonderful. This is this could be an ECM record. This could be a really good ECM record. It has all of that beautiful atmospheric dreamy, landscapey, fusiony, or organic. It's just, this is just great. This is the album of the day for sure. Of all of them. So I can't remember where I got this. $4 or $5 somewhere. I had this for a couple of years in the inbox. I had it out to clean a couple of years ago, and it got, had to clean up the shitstorm that is my room here, and it got shuffled back in, and I finally found it again. So Miroslav, Vitous, Mountain in the Clouds. He plays on other people's records too. I mean, he's just one of these great players, and the lineup is just fantastic. Jimmy Smith, good enough. If you like Jimmy Smith, buy it. If you're new to Jimmy Smith and you're not a huge fan of the organ, Jimmy's groove, I could listen to Jimmy Smith for a month, but that's just me. Not everybody's like that. Peter Baumann, Romance 76. It's good. Get some earlier Tangerine Dream records, unless you have them all already. Then try that. Wild Tchoupitoulas. Wow, I just, you know, I can usually get my tongue around an accent, but so little exposure to Mexican and Spanish and Latin. That's where I obviously fail. This is fun, a lot of fun. And the clown died in Marvin Gardens, Beacon Street Union. This is excellent at times and mediocre at others. So if you're a big fan of Psych, I think you'll like it. If you like Psych and garage rock, I would say that's definitely your thing. I like Psych a lot. I'm not so much drawn to the garage rock. The Blue Suede Shoes cover just killed that for me. So anyway, that's it for today. Faithlix, thanks for playing along. Thanks for picking some numbers. Thanks everybody for watching and commenting. That's what this is all about. And day 11's done. Have a great day, everybody. Keep dark and spinning.